Good evening, everybody. A very good evening to all of you, bachcho. We are back with another MTech guidance session in which I am going to tell you about the MTech from the most premium college of this country, IISc Bangalore. What I believe when I talk about IISc Bangalore, it is the best college for higher studies. Definitely, the faculties are best of the best faculties. The infrastructure is quite good. The placements are absolutely awesome. So it is one of the best places where you can go for your masters. And definitely due to this fact, what happens? It is the first choice of all the aspirants when they are going for MTech. Whenever you see any gate topper, if they wish to go for higher studies, they will always prefer IISc Bangalore because it is such a great college, such a great place to go for your higher studies. In this video, what I am going to tell you, what are the different research areas, what are the key areas where a student can get enrolled in when they join IISc Bangalore, what is the placement scenario, what is the fees of this college, all of that in this video so you get to know how can you go for MTech from IISc Bangalore. I don't need to explain the process of admission because you very well know that the admission to IISc Bangalore Masters program is through the GATE examination. Definitely you need to have a good score in GATE exam, or what I say is some of the topmost scores in the GATE exam, then you can get into this college. So before we start, let me start by introducing myself. For those of you who are meeting me for the first time, my name is Ankit Goyal. I got AIR1 twice in GATE in 2014 and 2018. I was awarded President of India Gold Medal in the year 2013 when I graduated from IIT Indore. Till date, I have trained more than 1 lakh students in the online and the offline classes, and I am presently working as a director at an academy for GATE department. Now this most of the students know about me, but what matters the most? What matters the most is the intent with which the content is being delivered. A great intent with a great content can make the lives of thousands and lakhs of students. So what is the intent of our team? Is to make our students get the best colleges, the best jobs in the country, and make them capable of getting those jobs. So we want to train you, we want to teach you so that you guys become absolutely best in your field, and whenever an opportunity comes, you guys should be the first ones to grab it. That is the vision of our team, and with that intent we provide you the best content on this YouTube channel. But our content is not restricted to YouTube. It is also available on the Unacademy Learning app. Yes, my friend, Unacademy Learning app is one of the best app that you can have if you are in your engineering part, if you are in your engineering college, or even if you are pass out. It is way more important than social media apps like Facebook and WhatsApp for you guys, because there you will find many free initiatives like free quizzes, free test, Unacademy Combat, and free live classes. And the best part is all of this can be accessed through the one key, that is Ankit ESE. It is one single key to all the locks that you will find in Unacademy. You can open all of them using one key, that is Ankit ESE. Other than that, my friend, if you want to watch my free classes on Unacademy, they are all have been listed on a single link, that is bit.ly/Ankit ESE. If you visit this link, now you will find all my special classes that I have taken so far, or I am going to take in the future. Whatever I will be taking in the future will be available under the upcoming special classes. So don't wait anymore. Let's get started. So today we will be talking about the best college for the masters in the country, that is IISc Bangalore. This name will resonate with most of the students preparing for GATE. This is a dream college for most of the students because they know what sort of a college is this, what sort of an infrastructure it carries, and what sort of faculties does it have. Let me tell you a personal story here. When I was studying in IIT Indore, the teacher, the educator, the professor who was teaching me machines and power electronics, he had done his PhD from IISc Bangalore. So he used to tell us the stories that the guide, the project guide for him was Umanand sir. Umanand sir is one of the most prolific authors of a book on power electronics. If you read his book, you will understand the depth of the knowledge that guy carries. So you can understand, if you get to learn from such professors in the college, which are the most prolific authors of engineering books, what sort of a knowledge will you be gaining when you enter this college? So that sort of a infrastructure, that sort of a faculty you will get when you go to ISC Bangalore. Now, electrical department. The electrical department offers a vibrant environment for postgraduate education and research. It is currently engaged in research areas in electrical like power system, energy studies, power electronics. Power electronics is something that is my favorite. Why? Because it is an area where an active research can be carried out, and this is the best area in which one should be able to do research. Okay. Electrical drives, definitely you understand the meaning. When we combine power electronics and machine, we get a drive. High voltage engineering, that is related to power system. Signal processing, now comes the ECE part. Signal processing, image processing, biomedical imaging, machine learning, pattern recognition. This machine learning is a field where this computers and electronics can get combined. Now you get admitted for a 2-year MTech program as well as the research program leading to PhD. So you can get into MTech as well as a PhD department. Now sometimes many people ask a question, sir, should I go for MTech or should I go for PhD? My answer to all those lies in their objective. Why do you want to go for higher studies? If it is solely for the purpose of learning, you want to explore more, you want to learn more, there can be nothing better than PhD. But if you want to get into R&D department of a company, if you want to get a better job, then MTech will be sufficient. So make your choice, because now after BTech you can directly go for PhD without doing MTech. That is why, my dear, your goal must be very, very clear. Are you going for higher studies because you like the subject, because you are interested in it, or you just want to improve your career opportunities? If you want to improve your career opportunities, MTech may be the best choice. But if you want to research, or you eventually want to end up into the teaching department, you want to become a professor at one of the best colleges, then PhD is the way to go. Moving on, research areas in different departments. So, research in power system. Here you will get power system analysis, dynamics and computerized control. See, whatever power system you study during your GATE preparation, that is more or less conceptual, and that is the analysis you do on paper. But practically a power system contains thousands of buses, lakhs of transmission line that cannot be done manually. So you need to have a computerized control. So you will understand how this automation part works when we enter power system domain. Dynamic security assessment and emergency control. This is related to the power system stability. Voltage stability, that is the voltage should not go below 5% of the rated value. Monitoring and preventive control, that is again related to the protection. Soft computing techniques. Again, this field will relate your computing, that is the computer science, to your power system or the electrical engineering. Computer aided protection, that is again protection, how we can make use of the software part in case of protection. Distribution automation, facts and VAR. This field, facts and VAR, will combine power electronics and power system. So this can also be very, very interesting. But what I would personally prefer, if I were in your place, if I was going for MTech, what I would prefer, I would more be interested in the fields that combine this electrical and computer. One thing you need to understand, guys, going into the future, going forward, this computer part, this software part is something that is totally unavoidable. You can't avoid it. In every field, there will be applications related to the computer engineering, and that is why as soon as you get used to it, your career opportunities expand and you get much better opportunity in industries as well. Deregulated power system operation, energy conservation, demand side management and distributed generation. So these are all purely related to this power system. So if you see, there are a wide variety of research areas in power system. That is, when you go into power systems for your MTech, you can choose any of these areas for your thesis, for your project, for your research. Power electronics, digital control of industrial drives. At BTech level, whatever drives you have studied, you have just studied how do you control the speed of induction motor, how do you control the speed of DC motor, but you haven't seen how can you make use of this software, the digital part when you control the drive. So that is the digital control of industrial drive. Self-commissioning of induction motor drive. Okay, that is you will study more about induction motor drive. DSP controller development. DSP is digital signal processing. So this will combine your signal processing part with the machines part. Standalone generation using slip ring induction motor. Multi-level inverter for AC drive. That is a great thing to do. Okay, because here you will be designing the multi-level inverter as well as you will be combining it with the speed control of the AC motor. Current source inverter drive. Development, testing and control of high power converter. That is here you will get to design the high power converters such as rectifier, inverters, and you can research about designing them in a new way which hasn't been yet explored, by which you can enhance their performance. Like, can you change the design of a rectifier in order to make it more efficient, in order to make the waveform much better? That is what you can do here. Then permanent magnet machine, high performance filter design. All of this will combine basically power electronics along with either power system or machine. That is, standalone power electronics is not studied at master's level. You have to combine it with the application part. Like if you combine power electronics with HVDC, that is an application. Power electronics with drives, that is also an application. So you don't study power electronics as an individual entity, but you study along with its application. High voltage engineering, external random process in insulation, pollution and flashover studies. Okay, flashover I told you na, when the arc bypasses an insulator and current flows through the air. Thermal problems in insulation, so these are all related to this insulation. Diagnostic testing and conditional monitoring. Over voltage phenomena, that is the transient over voltage switching and the lightning. Switching and fast transient over voltage. HVDC cable. Superconducting magnet. High voltage engineering to air pollution control. Okay. So here not only you are studying the high voltage application, but you are also studying its impact on the atmosphere. See, when we talk about power system as a whole, when we talk about all the aspects related to power system, one major aspect is pollution. Okay, because whenever we design a power system, we would like to keep the pollution to a minimum because we need to have a sustainable environment. So when you do masters, when you do specialization, you have to take care of this fact. When you are studying power system, are we making a positive impact towards environment or are we creating a negative impact? Okay. Next, research in system science and signal processing. Signal processing is a very buzzing field, as I told you in the last video based on IIT Bombay as well. This is something which involves a lot of software such as MATLAB or any other software that you can use for signal processing. And here you will get to know how you can make a practical sense out of signals. And I told you one of the best and the most buzzing application of signal processing, that is the biomedical signal processing. I told you about the ECG signals, EEG signal, how can you process them? Now, here computational study of vision, image understanding, statistical technique in computer vision, motion analysis and object tracking. Okay. Distributed camera network video analytics, that is when you record a video from multiple angles and you process that, just like creating a movie. Okay. Computational photography, stenography, digital forensics. Okay. Digital forensics, this is something that you have seen in movies. Like when they see a picture, when they analyze a picture on a computer, they bring out certain facts about that picture, that is called as digital forensic. 2D and 3D reconstruction, compression of CT image, medical image processing, I told you biomedical image processing, multilingual OCR, online handwriting recognition, speech synthesis. See, right now, just like let us say, you design a software in which whatever you are speaking is automatically getting written down. That is again speech signal processing. Okay. Then handwriting, suppose I write something by hand on a touch screen or on a tablet, then can that be read by the software? Right now the computation is so developed, guys. Even if we upload an image on Facebook, they will recognize the text from that JPEG file. They can read it. Whatever you write by hand, that can be read by the software. Whatever you speak can be understood by the software. And all of this involves signal processing. So it is one of my personally most favorite areas of research. Okay, definitely very interesting field. Next is electronics and communication department. So don't think that signal processing comes in the electronics part. Signal processing is an area that can be explored by electrical engineers as well as electronics engineers. Wireless communication, okay, that is the communication through the signal that can travel through air like mobile technology. MIMO technology, coding theory, this will involve your computers part. Information theory, cognitive radio. So guys, for especially electronics and telecommunication engineers, as you go forward, this computer part will become unavoidable and you will definitely have to go through it. You will definitely have to integrate this computers part in your study. Signal processing, just like we studied right now, speech and audio signal processing, video signal processing, SP for communication, compressive sensing. Okay. So as I told, signal processing is open for both electrical as well as electronics, and it is one of the most interesting field. Networks, sensor network, wireless network, QoS architecture. This is again a very interesting field, okay, in which you can go. Here you will study about different networking techniques that we follow and what are the different technologies that we use. Here is a fun fact. There are many such road named after trees grown on either side. Okay, that is inside ISC Bangalore, based on the tree that lies on the side of road. They have named a road. Okay. So that is something that is being followed under ISC. Photonics. Photonics is again a great application. Radio frequency, MEMS, antennas, imaging, optical communication and biosensors. What is this biosensors? That is the sensors that can track certain biomedical signals like your heartbeat, like your mind signals, like your pulse rate. See, nowadays you see there is a band that is coming that can be integrated with your mobile phone and it monitors your vitals. Again, what is that? That is biomedical signal processing. Okay, it is monitoring your pulse rate, it is relaying that information to your mobile phone, and then mobile phone app is analyzing that data and presents it in such a way that you can actually read it, you can actually make sense out of it. Okay. Microelectronics, again one of the favorite fields of the electronics engineers, low power circuit. See, whenever you go towards the electronics field, now you always have to focus about the low power and the high speed. Can you increase the speed of the circuit? Can you decrease the propagation delay? And can you consume lesser power? These are two major challenges, high speed and low power. CMOS for radio frequency, nano devices, because now we have moved from microelectronics to nano electronics. So this is a technology of the future. MEMS and sensors. Okay. So if we talk about the placements of the 2019-2020 batch, there are lots and lots of top recruiters that came to ISC Bangalore like Amazon, Flipkart, HPCL, Bharat Petroleum, Oracle, Nvidia, Larsen Tubro, Honeywell, Dell. So guys, it is well known fact in the industry as well that ISC Bangalore is the most premier college for MTech. Now salary distribution. 5% students got a package of more than 40 lakhs per annum. 18% lied in the range. 18% is a big number, my dear. 30 to 40 lakh per annum. Great package. Then 20 to 30 lakh per annum, 31%. See, I would say these are the packages that only private college student majorly dream of, and ISC is bringing those packages to the student. In BTech level, what we desire, कि यार let us get a job of 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, 10 lakhs. Our dreams are up to that. But you see, 59, 49, 54. More than half of the students got a package above 20 lakh. More than 50% of the student got a package of more than 20 lakh. If it is not a dream life, then what it is? 19% got between 15 and 20 lakh. 15% 10 and 15 lakh, and 11% below 10 lakh. That means more than 90% people got a package above 10 lakh. And 10 lakh is still a dream package for the bachelor student, but 90% people got it more than that. Now, if we talk about the fee structure, because in the last video you guys were asking about fee structure, the tuition fees annual for PhD is 15,000, MTech residence is 9,000, and MTech is 14,000. Okay. Gymkhana fees 1,200 for everybody. Other academic fees 3,700. Statutory deposit, which is refundable. This is you have to deposit it only once, 7,500. Library deposit, again refundable. One time you have to pay 7,500. Emergency fund annually 300. So overall in your first year your fees will be 34,200. That is still a very manageable amount for all of us. And definitely guys, see, in outside the India, what is the general culture? That is, whenever students are going for higher studies, they are also doing part-time jobs to support their expenses. So if you believe in such a process that you can dedicate certain hours on a daily basis, definitely you should figure out a part-time job, and then this amount will not sound very high. This amount is not much. You can easily manage this amount if you are doing a part-time job. Okay. So you don't have to depend actually on your parents. Now again for SC/ST category, it will be 20,200. SC/ST category, it will be 20,200. Okay. For management quota, this will be, see, management quota 266,500. Okay. And for SC/ST 96,500. I think it is masters in management, not management quota. MMGT, this is to management. I think masters in management. They are running management courses as well, but these courses are definitely expensive. 1 year fees is 266,500. This is masters in management, I believe. Okay. So you can check it out. Basically, we are more interested in this part, this MTech part. So the fees is quite manageable here. Okay. So I believe guys you would have gotten certain useful information through this video, and you would have understood why ISC Bangalore is one of the most premium colleges and what are the fields that you can target based on your interest. What I would say guys, always choose the field for higher studies in which you are actually interested in. Don't just think about which will fetch a higher package, because if you are not actually interested in that field, then you can't do good research. And if you don't do good research in your higher studies, then definitely you won't be getting a great package. So don't directly think about the organization that will be recruiting you. Make sure whatever field you go in, you do exceptionally well there. But I believe in one life mantra for everybody. That is something that you can incorporate in your life. Whatever you do, be the absolute best in it, because being a mediocre person at any great field will not take you far. But even in a smaller domain, if you are the best of the best, that will take you farther than any mediocre person in a great field. Okay, remember that. Don't be an average person in any field. Be in a small field, but be the king of it. See guys, Other than that, I would like to tell that you guys can become a part of Unacademy Plus, where you get live classes by top educators. In top educators, if I talk about, in electrical, we have Kezer Hafiz sir, the god of electrical, Ajay Gupta sir, the master of core, and Varun sir, the legend of machine. In EC, we have Vishal Soni sir, the superstar of EC, Saket Verma sir, the master of EMT Com, Vishnu sir, the legend of EC, Siddharth Sabharwal sir, the mega star of electronics and telecommunication, AIR1 GATE 2021. So guys, such kind of faculties you will get when you come to Unacademy Plus. They will provide you daily assignment in order for you to practice, weekly quiz to check your performance, test series and question bank. And they will also solve all your queries, whatever you may get. And in one subscription, you will get access to all the branches, all the batches, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, foundation, placement, interview, PSU, AE. Other than that, you can also go with Iconic, which is a better version, because here all benefits of Plus are included along with a personal coach who will design a study planner for you. Teachers will provide you study booster session. You will get test analysis, study material, and my friend, a dedicated team to solve all your queries. So if you use the code Ankit ESE here, you get 10% discount on this amazing subscription. And not only this, you also get to study under my personal guidance. And guys, on 9th of May, we will be conducting a scholarship test at 11 AM, which will be for 60-minute duration. Here, the entire electrical engineering will come as a syllabus or EC, whatever is your branch, but only basic questions will be asked. So the top 3 winners here will get 100% scholarship, and you can enroll in this using the code Ankit ESE. Okay. Other than that, my friend, this is the latest batch that is started on the platform, 28th of April. So if you still want to join, you can join, because it is still not late. You can cover up the classes that have already been done in the recorded format. With Ankit ESE, your 1 year fees will be, guys, 27,225, 18 month 34,650, and 2 year 39,600. And this is the per month fees. When we talk about 2 year, this is the minimum of the minimum, and you can pay in 12 equal installment. That is, every month you can pay an equal amount, around 3,300, and without any interest. Even you can pay it by means of your debit card. In Iconic, if you go for 1 year with Ankit ESE, fees will be 45,225. In 2 years, 66,600. Again, per month fees, when we calculate in 2 years, is actually minimum. This is my Unacademy profile, which you can follow, and you can reach out to me. You can chat with me. If you have any doubt, you can message your doubt on tinyurl.com/askdoubt. So thank you everybody. I hope you like this video. Please comment in the comment section whether or not you like the video, and what would you like to know more about any college that is providing MTech, and what colleges would you like me to cover, that you can tell me in the comment section. And do subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon to get notified whenever any new video comes up. So all the best, stay safe, keep preparing, and let's crack it.